The biggest opportunity in home services in about the last 7 or 8 years is here now. There is a massive opportunity with a platform that almost nobody's using, and the leads are coming in cheap. It's probably 3x the closing rate, the dollar value is higher, and everything in between. So I'm just going to quickly walk through what I would do if I was you and starting a home service business, or maybe you have a newer or smaller home service business and you want to blow it up. I'm going to walk through exactly what I would do. For anybody that doesn't know me, I owned a home service company. I owned a company called Canada Furnace from about 2007 to 2017. Grew from just me and my truck, and I eventually sold it to this big company. And then from there, we moved on to helping home service companies. At first, it was just in the HVAC space, and then we got into everything. So to give you a bit of an overview of what we've been doing and why I say the opportunity is here now. Uh, I'll just quickly show you this. So this is HVAC. So just in the last, this is since 2017, 2018, we've ran 5,000 different ads on HVAC. Almost all of these are primarily focused on Meta because around 2017, 2018, Meta was the massive opportunity, right? Believe it or not, very few companies were doing it at that point in time. Um, Same with roofing. We've ran, I don't know, 7,000, 8,000 roofing. The same goes down the line. Siding, turf, windows, insulation, gutters, kitchens, bathrooms, solar, electrical, patio covers, concrete, restorations, you name it, right? Everything related to home services, we've ran a lot. So here's the issue now. So if it was 2017, 2018, and you were just getting going, right, or you're just kind of starting out, you could launch an ad on Facebook and it was 5 times cheaper to drive leads. The lead quality might have been similar back at that point in time, but you were getting the leads 5 times cheaper, right? I've seen campaigns before. I remember back in the day, we would launch something up and maybe a storm came through, maybe it was for a roofer, and they'd get like 130 leads over a weekend. I've seen it, right? It was wild, right? So those opportunities have dissipated. That's gone down. The lead quality was always kind of questionable. So now the cost per lead, because everybody's driven in there and a zillion companies have kind of come into it, it's costing more and more to basically accomplish the same thing. Plus, if it costing you, just as much as other platforms, but your contact rate is lower than other platforms, and you're struggling to close the deals and you're struggling to get a hold of them, it makes it kind of not worth it anymore. So, um, just kind of broad strokes, back in the picture out a little bit, what you want to be doing as a company. So I had to learn this back in like 2007, 2008. Your entire focus as a business owner comes down to a couple things. It comes down to how many leads are you bringing in? Are you bringing them in cheap enough? And what is your closing rate on those leads? If you solve those two things, your business will never stop growing. Like there will be 1,000 other problems. You're going to have staffing problems. You're going to need to fire people. Guys will get in accidents. You'll have inventory issues. You'll need to grow. It's like there's 1,000 other problems, right? But if you solve those two problems, if you are all over worried about those every single day, and I got this more and more ingrained with me until we had a point with my company that we had a big TV in the wall and had two metrics. It had how many leads came in that day, how many jobs did we sell, what was our closing rate, what was our lead count, and then we compared it day over day, week over week, year over year. Is it getting better? Is it growing? If those numbers never stop improving, your company will never stop growing. That's how important leads are. And that's essentially why we launched Results Grow. So to circle back to it, I'm going to share up another thing here. There is, again, there's 10,000 ways you can get leads. We've tried everything, including, going back to my company, we did everything. We did radio, we did little television things, we did billboards, we did everything. Nothing, zero can compete with digital. And in the digital world, there's a million things, but in the digital world, there's only a few platforms that actually matter. So these are the ones that we've narrowed it down to. However, even on this list, some of them don't really matter anymore. So web infrastructure, right? Have a website, that's cool. Don't worry so much about SEO anymore. SEO, no matter what people tell you, it's not terribly important anymore. So right now I'm in the Vancouver, Canada area. If I look up HVAC, Vancouver, here's why it's not important. So before, back in the day, and I did tons of SEO for my company. So back in the day, SEO used to matter quite a bit, right? So you could rank number one and be like at the top of the page, and lots of people would call you, it would matter. So now they have this stuff, right? LSAs, local service ads. This probably swallows up, I don't know, 40% of all the traffic coming to this page. So let's say they go, you know what? I don't care that these people are somehow vetted a little bit. I don't care that they're at the top of the page. I'm going to just keep scrolling down. Okay, well then they need to get through the ads. So these people are actually paying for the clicks. Probably this is going to scoop up another 30%. So then you're down to about 30% remaining traffic. Oh, what do you know? Now you got AI search results. AI search results, right? This is new. This is like this year. So they got through the LSA ads. They got through paid ads. Now they got to go through AI related ads. Okay, let's say you're down to about 10% of the people left, right? Then what are they going to hit? Map searches. Map searches are going to eat the rest, right? There's not much left. There's nothing left, right? So then they're going to get down to organic searches. And let's say you spent 5 years and $1 million getting number one. Who cares? It doesn't matter, right? So this is where organic search results don't matter. Have a website strictly for the purpose that if they look you up, if they search you up and they find you, you have a legit company. Other little tricks, have yourself on the website, put videos of yourself. They're buying you, they're not buying a picture of your truck. That's web infrastructure. This is what we've been focused on for the most part for the last 8 years, right? So Facebook ads, Instagram ads, these, and they're still so juicy and attractive because I can show you stats from like this week from 10 customers that are getting 20 leads that came in like 5 days, and it's killing it. But other areas struggle. Some little zones, no matter what you do, how great the ad is, they just they might get a pile of leads and they have trouble contacting them. There's a bunch of issues, and we've mitigated them and fixed them in 1,000 different ways. But if you've ran them, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're crap. So then you get to Google Ads. Google Ads are great, but it's a crowded market, right? So what's going to happen? Let's say Vancouver, let's say there's about three companies, call it like, any big city. There's three or four companies spending, tens of thousands, big, huge cities up to $100,000 a month on like Google Ads. So what are you going to do with your $50 budget, right? It's not going to make a huge impact, right? So it's like, yes, you will get leads. Yes, Google ads matter and they work. And we've had companies on them for years and years and years, very long-term customer because they do consistently work. But, it's a bit of a grind because you still have a ton of competition. Google ads are still much higher quality compared to Facebook, but the cost per lead is also quite a bit higher. This is what we're excited about right now. So if we've sold thousands of companies onto Meta, most or onto Facebook ads mostly, but of course Facebook, Instagram, we sold thousands. So it's 2025 right now. We're at like maybe 45 live clients. Like this is relatively new for us. We've been working for years. We've been working for years, specifically my partner, Kerry. He's been working on this for years and he's taken course after course. He's played with this in 1,000 different ways, somehow trying to get YouTube ads to work for clients or even work for us driving leads. And it's been struggle, fail, struggle, fail, struggle, fail until finally this year it feels like we cracked the code. And a lot of it comes down to the targeting, all the back end pieces. A lot of it comes down to the landing page. Once they click on the video, what landing page, what they're going to see on the landing page. A lot of it comes down to the exact editing. A turning point for us, it was costing us, a pile of money to generate each video. AI has helped quite a bit because it allows us, give me a storm blowing and it make it look like the Memphis area or something, right? It can generate that like that. So a lot of B-roll, a lot of stuff like that. It's not easy to make it actually work. If it looks like not a local video, if it's going too slow, if it's going too fast, if you don't have the triggers, if you don't have the touch points, if you say the price too soon, if you say it too late, it's like all these little variables, but you put the pieces together right, and it's crushing it. And let me show you an example of what I mean by crushing it. So this is a company that's been with us for a long time. I'm going to share my screen here again. So they've been with us for a bunch of time running straight up meta ads, and we encourage them to start running YouTube. So this is a straight up side by side test of, they weren't as confident in YouTube, no matter what we told them. So they didn't run quite a bit of it, quite as big of a budget. So 3,300 bucks versus like 2,400 bucks, right? So they ran a little more meta. They got, roughly say 40% more leads generated on Meta. Great. That's what you'd expect. Meta can generate more leads. This is why it sucks people in. This is why it's so attractive. And I would still say if you're new, run a Meta campaign, run on a small budget, because the advantage of Meta, the leads will start faster. They will come in the same on day one as they do on day 300. YouTube's a whole different animal. YouTube is longer ramp time. It takes more time for it to ramp up. So you need to be patient with Meta. So I'd still say launch Meta, or you need to be patient with YouTube. So I'd still say launch it. But yeah, appointment scheduled. They got more appointments scheduled with Meta, right? Sales closed. They got, but now look at this. So even though they got more appointments, they damn near closed double the YouTube leads, right? Even though they got more appointments. The total revenue generated was $50,000 higher on YouTube than it was from Meta, even though they're spending less. The cost per lead, kind of comparable, right? Cost per appointment, right? Kind of comparable. Cost per sale was damn near a third, less than half of the cost per sale. Again, YouTube efficiency. Return on investment, double, more than double. Lead to appointment rate. So basically, from the lead, did it set up an appointment? That closed at a higher rate. Did it close into a sale? That doubled. So this is a cool one too, lead to sales. So from the leads that came in, how many actually turned into jobs? Triple, 3x. YouTube leads closed 3x. These are the same offer on both sides of this. So what's causing that? There is so few companies running YouTube ads. It's insane. So few companies running YouTube ads. Um, in comparison to everything else. Like, let's say if you live in Dallas, there might be 1,200 companies running on Meta, right? There might be five running on YouTube, right? So what's happening is the cost per impression is quite cheap, right? So this is where the opportunity is right now, and it's not going to be there. The same thing will happen over the years, 5, 6 years, maybe even 6 months from now. That opportunity will get less and less and less as the cost per impression gets driven up. And what I find is once you start, what's made us last this long for home services is that we started doing this years and years ago. And then when the difficulty rate increased, when it got higher cost per impression, we were already there. We figured it out. We were basically able to get better and better. So we increased our skills over the years. You want to get in early so that when this gets more expensive, you won't be able to just jump in late to the game a couple of years from now when everybody's doing it and compete. You want to get in early. You want to be better than everybody else. You want to crush all your competitors, right? This can mean the difference between you going from a small company in your market and growing it into a monster. Like I had the same opportunity going back to 2007 with my HVAC company. There was two companies doing Google ads, believe it or not, in my entire area, right? Two companies, me and some other guy. Cost per lead was like $1 for things like new furnace, broken air conditioner, whatever else. I didn't realize how big the opportunity was. Like I should have taken out a massive loan and just dumped it, just handed it all to Google. Like the opportunity was just massive. That same opportunity, and that's what allowed me to grow like crazy and beat a bunch of my competitors, and grow from nothing to quite a good sized company. That same opportunity exists right now with YouTube, right? So you need to get in there, get in early, get in fast. When we run YouTube ads for companies, you don't need to do anything. So we just collect a list of information from you, give us your brands, give us your warranties, give us this set of information. We'll encode that into ads and into videos. We launch everything for you. You don't got to do anything. There's about 75 steps that goes into every video to get it launched and get it successful. So get into YouTube ads, reach out to us. I'll put a link below in this video. Book a time with one of our guys. It's a totally free consult. We'll dig into some stats in your area. We'll pull up information about it. You do want to be doing this. This will blow your company out. If you wanted to grow, this is how.